we are moving on to Module 10 topic. So we have here the eco-literacy. So from the word eco-literacy, we have here the keyword eco, which means the environment, while the literacy is the ability to understand. So overall, eco-literacy means that it is the ability to understand how the natural systems work or make the life here on Earth possible. So now, moving on with our subtopics, we have here the eco-literacy and sustainable development. Now about that, an ecologically literate person can apply understanding to the design and organization of communities. So an ecologically literate literate person is someone who understands how nature and the environment work. They know how different parts of the environment affect each other and can use the knowledge to help create communities that live in harmony with nature. Now next, we have here, understand the essence of independence and interconnectedness. So the idea of independence and the interconnectedness refers to the fact that while each part of the environment can function on its own, they are also connected and depend on each other in some ways. So next we have here, ecologically literate society would be a sustainable society in which a society that is ecologically literate understands that the balance and can live sustainably, meaning they can use the resources in a way that they may not have to harm the environment and can be continued for a long time. Okay, now so moving. Okay, so now moving on to the ways to develop an eco-literacy in school. So, paano nga ba natin na-develop yung eco-literacy sa ating school or sa Okay, so now moving on to the ways to develop the eco-literacy in school. So, paano nga ba natin na-develop yung eco-literacy sa school or sa pagtuturo sa ating mga students? So, we have here 5 points. So, first is develop empathy for all the forms of life. So, we have, as a teacher, we have to teach our kids or students to care for all the living things and not just only human. For next is embrace sustainability as a community practice. So, we have to make sure that everyone in the school is working together to live in a way that doesn't harm the environment. So, next is make the invisible visible. So, for here, we have to show things that are usually hidden, like they are, or like how our actions affect the environment. So, moving on to anticipate unintended consequences. So here, we think about the unexpected results that might come from our actions. And then the last one is understand how nature sustains life. So here, we learn about how the natural world supports all forms of life. Okay, so moving on to our next subtopic, we have here the 7 environmental principles of nature. Now, these are the 7 environmental principles of the nature. We have the first one, nature knows best. So, nature is wise and its process should be trusted. Next is all forms of life are important. So, every living creature is valuable and play a role in our lives. Next one is everything is connected to everything else. So everything in the world is linked in some way and in so everything in the world is linked in some ways. So fourth is everything changes. So as we all know that the only constant here on earth is the change. So change is a natural part of our life and we can never, there's nothing we can do about it. Next, fifth is everything must go somewhere. So everything that exists will eventually end up somewhere else. Sixth one is ours is a finite earth. The earth has limited resources and we can't use them endlessly. Now the last one is nature is beautiful and we are stewards of God's creation. Here is the nature is beautiful and it is our job as human being to take care of it as it is the God's creation. So next, moving on.
Go.
Now for our last topic, as your first instructor, we have here the towards a green school and education for sustainable development. So it says here that school play a great role in the development of academics, but also environmental ethics and care for nature among students. So school have an important role to play, not only teaching academic subjects, but also in instilling environmental ethics and a sense of care for the nature in students. So next one is environmental issues and concerns can be effectively addressed when efforts of staffs and students geared toward adopting environmentally sustainable principles. So by incorporating these principles into the school daily operations and educational curriculum, students can develop a deeper understanding of environmental issues and become empowered to make positive changes for a more sustainable future. So I hope you learned something from me. So that's all. Moving on.
So again, good morning everyone. So I am your next instructor and I ang ating part.
3.
So again, good morning everyone. And I am your next instructor and our next topic for today is the Green School. The Green School, the concept and background. So we all know that a green school is this is a school that creates a healthy environment, conducive to learning while saving energy and environmental resources. So the concept green school was introduced in Europe in the 1990s. Then the Rio Earth Summit introduced during 1992, the WSSD held in Johannesburg in 2002 and DESD in 2005 to integrate principal values and practices. The next is the Green School and ESD. So when we say ESD, the acronym of ESD is Education Sustainability Development. So it visualizes a school guided by the principle of environmental sustainability. So it seeks to create a conducive environment to fully utilize all resources and opportunity inside and outside the school, and it also orients the teachers and the students on environmental sustainability through active involvement of the community.
3.
Now let's move on to the essential aspect of green school environment. So the green school has a clean, healthy, protective, and green surrounding. So green school adheres to the following precepts. First is the learning about the environment. So it focuses mainly on So first is learning about the environment. So it focuses mainly on acquisition of knowledge and understanding of the surrounding and related issues. Then second is learning through the environment. So it refers to the processes of learning while being engaged with environment inside and outside the classroom. And the third one is learning for the environment. So it aims at developing an informal response and responsibility towards the environment beyond the appreciation of skills and knowledge.
3.
So moving on, understanding green curriculum. So the first is environment is encompassing multidisciplinary and dynamic scientific, social, economic, political, and technological dimension. So second is being holistic, a green curriculum views environment as all that is around and aims So let's move on to the understanding green curriculum. So first is environment is an
3.
Now let's move on to the understanding green curriculums. First is environment is encompassing multidisciplinary and dynamic, has scientific, social, economic, political, and technological dimension. Second is being holistic, a green curriculum views environment as all that is around and aims to give a better understanding of the way the world functions, its operation, its alternation because of the action of human race and its consequence. The third one is it's holistically address sustainable concern. Fourth is this requires a teaching-learning approach where students are provided time and space to explore different
3.
to explore different facets of environment and interconnect them. Then the last one is a green curriculum is a mutual concern of teacher and student.
Go.
So in creating a green school that creates a healthy environment conducive to learning while saving energy, environmental resources, and money.
3. Go.
So in creating a green school, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina na ang green school nga is a school that creates a healthy environment, conductive to learning while saving energy, environmental resources, and money. So, therefore, a green school is first is reduce environmental impact and cost. Second is improve occupants' health and performance. And the third one is to increase the environmental and sustainability.
Good day, everyone. So I am your next instructor for today's discussion. Today, we will tackle the characteristic of green school. Characteristic of green school. Green, healthy, and high-performing are the characteristics of a green school that provide many benefits to students, teachers, parents, and the community at large. So, may 10 karakteristik ang green school. Ang una ay it protects health. School built with more daylighting, better ventilation. So next, it increases students' performance because students' test scores can improve 20% when students learn in green classroom. And third, so green school, it saves energy and money because operating costs for energy and water in green school be reduced 20 to 40%. And fourth, it reduces carbon emission. So given school significantly reduce carbon dioxide emission. Fifth, one of the characteristics of green school is it reduces usage because a green school can reduce teachers' turnover by as much as 5%, which improves students' earning and school community and can result in financial savings for all schools. Stop po siya. One of the characteristics of green school is it reduces usage because green school reduces water usage by 32%. That has direct savings for the building. And number 6, it improves teachers' retention because a green school can reduce teacher turnover by as much as 5%, which improves students' learning and school community and can result in financial savings for all the school. Number 7, it improves daily attendance. So by learning green school, it reduces or improves daily attendance because it reduces absenteeism by 15%. And number 8 characteristic of preschool, it improves a unique educational opportunity because school can become teaching schools and important features of science, math, and environmental curriculum. And design schools are used to motivate students about learning and learning in real-world application of green technologies. Number 9, it creates green jobs. By investing in creating green schools is investing green jobs because including green constructions and building products. Lastly, is improve equity. Greening public schools create an opportunity to improve the health and educational settings for all students. So let's proceed to dark green schools. So Target Schools is a schools that delivers environment education through assimilation of environmental philosophy by the students in formal lessons as well in activities outside the classroom. So accordingly, schools must be clean, neat as evidence of a good management and housekeeping proper ways. So management and also use of appropriate materials and avoidance of harmful and respect to others' right to smoke free air. It should have management policies and guidance that would create a healthy, healthful and ecological